Hey everyone, today we're diving into a super interesting topic. Why Filipinos no longer speak Spanish. It's crazy to think about, right? For over 300 years, the Philippines was ruled by Spain, but walk down the street in Manila today, and you're more likely to hear someone bust out some Tagalog or English. So what happened? Why did Filipinos ditch the Spanish language? We're about to uncover the mystery, and trust me, it's a wild ride. Get ready for epic battles, language revolutions, and maybe even a few laughs along the way. Let's get started! First things first, you gotta understand the Philippines is like a giant melting pot of languages. It's got over 100. We're talking Tagalog, Cebuano, Ilocano, and a whole bunch more, each with their own unique flavor. So even before the Spanish galleons showed up, Filipinos were already pros at multilingualism. It was like their superpower. Spanish sailed in and tried to make its mark, but it was just one voice in a very loud and vibrant chorus. Now, Filipinos are known for their warm hospitality, but push them too far and they'll stand their ground. And trust me, the Spanish pushed. For centuries, Filipinos resisted Spanish rule. Think epic battles, secret societies, and brave heroes fighting for freedom. These revolts weren't just about kicking out the colonizers. They were also about preserving Filipino culture and identity, and that included their native tongues. Here's the thing. Spain might have ruled the Philippines, but they weren't exactly handing out Spanish lessons for free. Education in Spanish was mostly limited to the elite, the fancy folks. So, for the average Juan de la Cruz, learning Spanish wasn't exactly a top priority. It's kind of like trying to learn Klingon. Cool, but not super practical for everyday life. Just when it seemed like things couldn't get any wilder, America stepped onto the scene. In 1898, Spain lost the Spanish-American War, and guess what? The Philippines became an American colony. Talk about a plot twist. With the Americans came a new language, English. It swept through the islands like a typhoon, especially in schools and government. Suddenly, English was the language of opportunity, and Filipinos, always adaptable, jumped on board. Okay, imagine this. You've been ruled by another country for centuries. Wouldn't you want to reclaim your own identity? That's exactly what Filipinos started doing. A wave of nationalism swept through the country, and with it, a desire to promote their own languages and culture. Spanish, once a symbol of power, now represented the past. Filipinos were ready to forge their own future, speaking their own words, singing their own songs. It was time to show the world what it truly meant to be Filipino. Remember how Spanish was like that exclusive club only a few could join? Well, the education system decided to throw a massive party, and everyone was invited. English and Filipino languages became the stars of the show. They were taught in schools, used in textbooks, and even spoken on the streets. Spanish? Well, it got left on the sidelines like that awkward kid at a school dance. As time went on, Spanish became associated with the elite, those who could afford fancy private schools, and had ancestors who once rubbed shoulders with Spanish officials. It became a status symbol, something whispered in hushed tones at high society gatherings. The average Filipino continued to use their native languages, the languages of their ancestors, the languages of their hearts. Spanish might have been the language of the rulers, but it never truly captured the soul of the Filipino people. Let's face it, the Philippines is pretty far from any other Spanish-speaking country. It's like being the only kid in school who loves disco. You're awesome, but you're not exactly surrounded by like-minded individuals. Without constant exposure to Spanish, it's no surprise that the language gradually faded away. It's like that old t-shirt you love but never wear. Eventually, it just gets lost in the back of the closet. In the game of globalization, English became the ultimate cheat code. It was the language of business, technology, and international communication. Filipinos, always up for a challenge, embraced English as a way to open doors to new opportunities. Knowing English meant you could get a better job, travel the world, or even connect with people from different cultures. The Philippines finally gained independence from the United States in 1946. It was a time of celebration, renewal, and a chance to redefine what it meant to be Filipino. Spanish, once a symbol of colonial rule, was officially out. Filipino and English took center stage, representing the country's vibrant culture and its aspirations for the future. And there have it, folks. That's why Filipinos no longer speak Spanish. From language diversity to epic revolts, American colonization to a surge of nationalism, it's been a wild ride through history. The Philippines, with its unique blend of cultures and languages, shows us that identity is a beautiful tapestry woven from many threads. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more fun history dives. See you next time.